Hello everybody, this is the GoldenLockPicker and I'm back at you here with another lock in the vise today. What I have for you guys today is a green belt level lock on lpubelts.com. It is a Masterlock 6835. And this is a lockout tagout lock typically. And it is discontinued. This lock is no longer manufactured, but there's quite a few of these running around on eBay and sometimes even in stores or through dealers that are holding on to some new old stock. This is the older variant of it. There's actually a newer version, so I'll show you that here right now. This is the box that the older version came in, and you can see just kind of a rectangular body there, nothing too special. And then this one over here kind of shows like more of a Pro Series and is rounded, but it's the exact same lock. And they actually will show you that on lpubelts.com. Both of these are 6835s, even though the bodies are different. They have the same core in it. And the core for both of these uses the same key. It's a 6000B key. It's a 5-pin core. This is the key for that one right there. And this same key works also in this core over here. Now, granted, this one's keyed differently, but you can actually insert that same key into this lock as you could into that lock. There was also some other options that are available for this. This is the main two that you're going to see here. Obviously, there's multiple shackle options, shorter, longer, you name it. Some of them, can get pretty long, so you'll see that occasionally on eBay. The other thing, too, is it apparently had a 6-pin core option at one point. And on the literature I found for this, the 5-pin core was referred to as the W6000. And utilize the 6000B key. And then the 6-pin core, I thought it might have been a WT6, but don't quote me on that. I could be wrong on that one. But I remember it having that 6-pin option. And when you look at the pictures for that, it bears a striking resemblance to this version of the 6-pin core that you can get in the Masterlock 410 Lotto lock. Now, these come in a lot of different variations with different cores in them, where it's like this but inverted, and then there's another one that's more jagged, if you will, and kind of has a different design to it. So really, there's a lot of these, but that only other one that was available for this that I've seen was this one, where it looked like that and had the 401 key to it. So if you ever see one of these on eBay and it happens to have that 401, my suggestion to you is make sure that it has the box and that hopefully there's some information there about it that you could glean and validate it actually was originally keyed for 6 pins and wasn't just a 410 Lotto lock that somebody, core that you'd find in a 410 Lotto lock, and they just dumped it into one of these. This lock also happens to have quite a few different colors available to it. And I find these really interesting with me personally, because like you can see here, this one's available also in red. The reason it's interesting is these are enamel coated. You just don't see that a lot anymore today. Nowadays, everything is anodized. So that's interesting. And then also the colors that were most common that you're going to see these if you look on eBay, is you're going to find them in red, yellow, and green. Those are probably the most common colors. Whereas these ones like blue, and there's a few other colors out there running around, they tend to be a little bit more rare. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, and I'll show you that. Yeah, that's the same core there. There's in that one. So we'll go ahead and put that guy away. And we'll go ahead and get to picking through this guy. So I'm going to try and pick through this using Jimmy Long's tools. I'm going to use 40 thousandths top of the keyway turner here. And I'll be using the short flat hook in 23 thousandths. This is out of the starter set. Okay. Ooh, I just tapped 4. Ooh, and we lost our tension there. Let's try that again. Oh boy. So we'll go ahead and work my way back here. I felt like it was 4. Hopefully it's still the same. Yeah, I felt like I got a little tap there back and forth. I was going back to the back. So it's just kind of sticking out. Yep, and then we fell over. So that must be some sort of like a standard pin or a serrated pin. And it feels like now we're just in a false set. So and I think now we're just spool hunting. Okay, got, I believe, 1 right there. Yeah, I think that was 1. Come through. Don't feel anything on 2. On 3. Yeah, definitely 3. Okay, there we go. 3, and we are over. And there you go. It is unlocked. So that is a Masterlock 6835. Let me go ahead and take this out of the vise there. Set that down. I'll move my tensioner there. I'm going to grab the stuff here to hopefully gut this for you guys. And I believe I need a Phillips head screwdriver for this one. So there we go. So I got a follower. Hopefully that's the right size. That might be too small, but we'll see. And you can see that this has a Phillips head screw down the center there. So we'll go ahead and there we go. And we'll dump that out. And then we'll take the retention nut and place it right there. And the retention plate. And then we'll take the core out of the back. And yeah. So you can see it is kind of an enamel coating there, and or some sort of a powder coating. And I think that's probably enamel. Who knows? But here is the core, and you can see one of the things that's also kind of interesting about this is the W6000 or 6000B, depending on how you'd like to refer to it as. It is pinned only for 5, even though it has 6 spots in it. So we'll go ahead and lock this guy up. We're gonna go ahead and get our clip removal tool. All right. There we go. And we took that off. And now we're going to very carefully turn this over. We're going to make sure that we have a follower. Yeah, that's the right size one. And what we want to do is make sure that we don't turn this over so much that we have a gap here. If you are worried about that, my suggestion to you is to put a shim there, and that would help to prevent dumping pins. But I think at this point we should be good to go right where we're at. All right, looks like we got that through. And I'm going to go ahead and take this, and as you can see, pin number 6 was not populated. That's another thing. If you are going to pull the core out of this, make sure that you turn this sideways, because if you put that in, pull it out straight like this, and you don't shim it, you will drop pin number 5, the security pin for 5, into the hole for the key pin for 6. So keep that in mind on these locks, and to be honest with you, I would probably shim them. That's probably your best bet. So let's go ahead and actually I'm going to grab the other holder, because I just realized I think I grabbed the one that's larger and meant for kind of like a Euro cylinder size. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now I'm going to grab my tweezers. It should be right back here. Okay. And we'll go ahead and get to pulling the pins on these. There we go. Pin number 1 is a spool. Pin number 2 is a spool. And actually, I'm going to go back to the front and just make sure to dump the there we go. Dump the springs. This is one of the things I find interesting is some of these older 6835s have their, I believe it's like a steel or aluminum spring, but not the copper springs that you typically see in most Masterlocks nowadays that are guttable. Matter of fact, a lot of locks. So that's kind of a something that's interesting. There's the spring again. Okay. And sure enough, I was right there on 4. That is a serrated. Granted, it didn't feel much like it. But it is serrated. And then a spool on 5. And okay, there's spring for that one. Oops, I think I'm covering that up. There we go, and the spring for 5. Okay. And don't worry, I will give close-ups to all of these. I just want to try to make sure I get all of these in order and moved as best I can. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and grab the key pins here. And okay, I'm going to carefully remove that key. And I'll start dumping these out. Okay, there is the key pin for 1. And something I'm noticing, I guess I'm becoming more aware of it now because of great information from pickers like Nightmare. He has a YouTube channel, Circa Nightmare, and he actually did an interview with Texas Rebel or TX Rebel, and he talked about reasons that sometimes your picking videos can get denied when you're applying for your belts. And one of the things that he talked about was unbalanced pin stacks. And I've heard the term before, but I never really knew what that meant until now. But from the looks of it, Masterlock uses unbalanced pin stacks. So what I'm going to do to illustrate that is I'm going to move all these down. And you're going to notice something here, that there's the pins. You can see we have a spool in 1, 2, 3, and in 5, and a lightly serrated, and I do mean lightly serrated, security pin in 4. And all the key pins are just standard. But one of the things he pointed out was the difference about balanced and unbalanced pin stacks. And the pin stack is when you take the combined height of both the key pin and the security pin up above. You should, if they're balanced, have a level line across here. And we can see we do not. Pin 1 does not appear to be a balanced pin stack. And all of these spools appear to be the exact same size. So I don't think that's something that Masterlock really takes into account on these locks, on these older ones, the 6835. And matter of fact, I know they don't on some of their other locks, so that's not surprising. Here's the core. There's absolutely no milling or anything special to it. So there's that. And then I'll show you guys the Bible for it as well. And you'll see nothing special there, just drilled for 6, but nothing too interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I personally like this lock a lot. I would say if it wasn't for the big, large round body padlocks, I definitely like these Masterlock 6835 specifically. I just like the enamel coating. I like the way it feels, and just some of the neat colors that are available in there. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button and tell me what you think. Hopefully, if there's something helpful that you learned about balanced and unbalanced pin stacks, or about the different variants, the versions of size and color that are available for these Masterlock 6835s, leave a comment down below. Just kind of tell me what you think about that. And, you know, hopefully you learned something in this, and maybe you'll take an interest in them and pick one of these guys up yourself. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to hit the like button. And if you want to catch more of my content whenever I put something else out new, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And just so you guys know, I am inching ever so closer to that 100 subscriber mark. And I cannot wait to get to that point, because when we do, I happen to have a box of some goodies that I'll be giving away. I'll give you a preview here. It's from Jimmy Longs, and I got a bunch of goodies in here. So hopefully you guys can help get me over that mark, and then we can do some fun and do a giveaway, and start the year off with some fun stuff. So thank you guys for watching the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.